Alright, what is up guys, it's your boy Chums here bringing us another video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys everything you need to know about Sage. So starting off with the abilities, you have this orb that you could throw and it'll slow down enemies. For example, I threw it, I banked it off this wall, and then for this thing, it'll slow down your enemies or just like prevent your enemies from pushing into spawn. So this, you could use that for a bunch of ways. I'll show you guys in a bit. So the second ability is the healing ability, and this ability basically enables you to heal a teammate or yourself. You left click to heal a teammate and you right click to heal yourself. And the third ability is to make walls. So right here you can make a wall to block off a portion of the map. You could also press your keybind for wall twice to make it vertically, to like display it vertically. And you could also left click the wall and then you could rotate it with your mouse any way you like. Lastly, for the ultimate ability, it's the regeneration ability, which could heal a teammate back from the dead. So let's say one of your teammates die, you could bring them back up. The animation takes about 2 seconds, and pretty much you could bring back a teammate for the rest of the round. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to play Sage on the defensive side now. So basically for this map, which is I'm pretty sure Haven, you could come up here into A site, and then prop your wall up right here just like this, and you could bring yourself up with the wall. And then you could basically create a barrier to block off this entrance right here, and you could basically get on top of this pillar or whatever box over here. You could get a cheeky little shot over here, and then since you placed the wall this way, you could get on top of this box as well and then get a good peek. And this is pretty OP, but make sure to not use this like often for every single round, or else like the enemy will obviously know. You could also do this with a friend. If a friend's in front of you, like tell them to go in front of you, and then they could get this part and you could go over here. God damn it. You could go over here and then peek this side, so 2 people could be in here looking at both sides. By the way, you should also use this orb ability. So let's say you were up here at the A site, you could throw your orb down and then it'll just slow down enemies and prevent enemies from coming in. You could also do the same thing for this side. You want to blanket off this wall, and then yeah, see, just do it just like that. By the way, I forgot to mention this, but walls could be up for about like 40 seconds so the wall is going to be present for like 30 to 45% of like the match. Alright, so for B, you could basically peek like this, get on top of this ledge, and then create a wall. And then it's better if you have an operator for this, because you could basically peek and kill people that are in window back there. You could use a normal gun too, but it's better if you have an operator. For C-side, it's pretty much a simple one. You just want to get in this corner right here and then set up a wall like this. Make sure you set it up enough to like block it completely, and then you could basically hide here with an operator or a gun and then catch them off guard. You can snipe them and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it for B. Get used to banking off the orb from a bunch of places. Like see, like I just banked it off this wall and then got it like perfectly in this A site place. Again, you could use the wall defensively, like in general. Like you could just put them up in like places that you don't want people to come through, and like they last for about like 40 seconds, and it'll just ultimately just stop them from coming into like whatever site you put the wall up in. You can also get on top of this, like put it like this. You could have a teammate get up here with you, and then you essentially have cover for your body because of this thing, and then you could, you know, shoot down this site. Alright, so now I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Sage offensively. So for A site, you could throw your slow orb like this and then just have it placed there like that. You could also catch people off guard by placing your wall like this, like right here, and then healing yourself up. You could get Haven right here, and then be aware of this corner. People could be in this corner. You could get on top of this, look in this corner, and basically catch people off guard just by doing this for A site. Alright, so if you're rushing B site, I recommend slow orbing the middle of B site at first. So as soon as the round starts, I recommend doing this and then get it to bank off perfectly. And that way, if there's anyone here, they would want to back off and not just stay there, you know, back up. Your teammates could use their abilities to do whatever, throw smokes in and stuff. And then ultimately, when you get into B, I recommend putting a wall right here, just like this. That way, people can't see you from this side, and you could basically defend this portion of the bomb site. And also, I want you guys to put the wall like this so you could get on top of the wall. So this box right here, you could get on top of this box just by jumping onto this and then that, and then you could get people off guard right here, or even like this site right here. Get on top of this. You could basically have control of this whole place as soon as you put this wall like that. Again, you could wall the side completely just like this, and then get on top of here and then catch people off guard just like this. But it's more OP if you have it like this. For rushing any site, whenever you get bomb planted, it's really good to like just block a side off. Like one of the entryways, it's really good to like block an entryway off if you're Sage. Alright, if you're rushing C, I recommend actually throwing your orb all the way far back into that corner. Like you gotta do it quick, because there's usually a sniper or like some dude all the way back here just getting a peek into C long. Once you come in, you could either place your wall like this, and then you could get these peaks right here, right here, right here, all this other peak right here. And if you don't want to do that, I would really recommend just blocking off this section right here of C. That way you only have to worry about these other two sections, like this side to their spawn and then C long. Keep in mind, if you're doing this, you could also get on top of this wall right here and then catch people off guard. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this map. I'll show you guys the next map. Alright, so now we're in the map called Bind, which is this desert-like map. If you're playing Sage defensively on A site, I really recommend coming here next to Teleporter. You could do this with a friend, but you could put a wall up just like this, and you could protect yourself over here and just wait, and then you could shoot off enemies just like this. Like, you'll catch them off guard, get some headshots just like this, even get on top of this, do your stuff. And then for protection, you could come back here. If you get hurt, you could heal yourself up, all that stuff. And for B, this is actually really OP. This is not like, people don't know about this yet. And it's good if you have a sniper for this one. But for this one, what you want to do is balance, like put the wall just like this. And then that way you could look at this door along with this side right here. So if you have an operator, you could aim into this side. And then you could also aim in to this door right here. And this is pretty OP because people don't look at that yet. Like, people don't come in here and then expect someone to be on top like that. Same with this side here, they won't expect you to be in this top corner over here. And you have this place blocked off anyway, so they can't even come in. So yeah, this is really OP. I really recommend you guys try this out. And now I'm going to show you guys how to play Sage on the offensive side. Alright, so for playing Sage on the offensive side, if you come to A mid right here, you could quickly bank off an orb right near Teleporter, like that wall right there. Try to not get shot or be seen. If you do it fast, you could slow down this place right here. So if there's anyone right here or right here, they would immediately back up and stuff. Remember, they could also block off this side right here. Like, let's say that's the opponent's wall, like if there was a Sage in the enemy team. If they block that off, you could immediately get up from this side. You could also get up with other teammates. You could tell them to get up, like go in front of you, and then you could place your wall just like this, and then get on top of this place. That way you could get some peeks, like you could get a headshot like this, peek people, get people off guard just like this, get all the corners and stuff. Like, people don't expect this, doing this right here. Alright, so if you're gonna rush A long, which is this part right here, what I recommend doing is, well, your teammates gotta do this. Like, if there's a Phoenix, I recommend a Phoenix Splash. And then whenever this place is open, whenever you kill the dude that's in this corner, I recommend what you gotta do is come to this side right here and then place a wall just like this. Get on top of the wall, and then that way you wall off this portion from mid. And then if whoever has the bomb could plant the bomb. And then since you're on top of this wall, you could get peeks from balcony, and then you could get peeks from mid as well, along with this side right here. You could also use a slowing orb and throw it in balcony, so like if there's anyone, okay, that's a bad example. That's also a bad example. Yeah, there you go. So if you could also do that. So if there's a sniper up there, that dude will obviously back up and not move. You could do it to that spawn right here too. That way they don't come in. But for the most part, just worry about mid, because there's a lot of like cheeky spots that people could hide in mid. For B mid, I recommend as soon as the round starts, you bank your orb off of that, and then make this whole place like covered. Get this whole place covered, That way, if there's anyone here, they would immediately back off to a corner. And then you could ask like a phoenix in your team to like flash off this side and then get in here and get the side. Alright, so when you're in this place right here, you could actually throw a slow orb down to that doorway right there. There could be a person behind this wall right here. Be aware of someone right here. And then you could throw your wall up just like this. And then that way you could get other people off guard right here, all that stuff. And then you could tell whoever has bomb to plant like around here. That way you could have this whole place covered. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Now I'm going to be showing you guys if you guys go B long. So if you guys go here, you could bank off your slow orb just like this. And then that way this whole place would be covered. Whoever's in here would back up or like get in a corner. You guys could even wall off this side and then head over to A by using this teleporter. But if you guys don't want to do that, you can throw a glowing orb just like that. So whoever's in that corner is kind of screwed. Be aware of this corner right here. You could place a wall if you want and get on top of it right here. I don't really use this side. If you're going to B, I recommend going from the hookah side, which is that way. But if you're coming this side, you could get people off guard like this. Get on top of your wall. Even get on top of this. But I just failed it, but you could probably get on top of that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this map. I'll show you guys the next map. Alright, so now we're in the map Split. I'll show you guys how to play Sage for B site for defending. So there's two things you could do here that's pretty OP. So the first one is actually just place a wall just like this. And then that way, like, make sure you get the whole wall covered. And then you could bank off a slow orb to like slow them down. You could do this multiple times. And then you could ultimately just get them off guard since you're on top of the wall. You could ask someone to come with you and like get against this wall so they could get up as well and get to the other side to get the other side. And another thing you could do that's pretty OP and like people don't know about yet is actually, I got this from another video. The link will be down in the description below. So what you do is get up to the second vent right here, and then what you want to do is place your wall just like this. And now you're on top of this wall. Make sure that one of your teammates actually have B mid covered, like this spot right here. Someone's like right here, like your teammates right here looking down that place right there. So since you're right here, you could actually get this peak right here, and this is pretty OP. This is pretty OP. Like you can get some easy headshots. No one is gonna look up here. Like no one would even know to like, you know, look up in this corner right here. Ultimately, that's pretty OP, and if you're Sage, you should definitely use that spot. I use that in games often. I also use the spot I showed you previously often. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to play Sage defensively on the A site. Alright, so for A site, you want to get up to here, which is, I'm pretty sure this spot is called Heaven, I think. I don't know. But you want to get up here, and then you could, immediately as soon as the round start, you could throw your orb just like that. Wait, that's a bad example. You could throw your orb just like that, bank it off of that, and that way the people that are rushing this side won't rush in because they'll be slowed in this thing right here. You could do this multiple times. If you hear footsteps in this side, do it just in case. And then what you could also do, if you continue hearing footsteps, you could make a wall just like that, get on top of it, and then get them off guard just like that. You could avoid them from coming into this entryway, and then you could just get them off guard by putting your wall up and then get some cheeky little shots and stuff. If you're playing A from this side, from Heaven, you could do the same thing. Okay, so if you play A site, I really recommend just throwing an orb just in case, just like that, like from right here in the start. And then you could come here and then place a wall just like this, and then get on top of the wall. That way you have this place covered, and then you can get some cheeky shots from here, over here. So that way you have height. This is a really good one because you're covered, and then you could see this top corner. I know I haven't fully covered this, but you could easily cover this whole thing easily. Make sure whenever you're putting a wall there, or yeah, a wall here, you don't want to do it under this ramp. You want to do it on top of the ramp. That way you could easily, you know, get up. Alright, now I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Sage offensively on the other side. Alright, so this is really OP for Sage if you're playing on the offensive side. So you want to come here to A long, and then as soon as the round starts, if no one throws anything here, you could immediately you could basically hug this wall, have your wall up, and then just do that perfectly. If anything, just like aim in this bottom part right here. You want to have a wall right here, so if there's anyone there, they're basically screwed. And make sure your teammates got your back, because as soon as the round starts, this wall right here opens up for the enemy team, so someone that could actually rush up and just like kill you. After that, you could actually throw a slow orb right here, just like that. You could throw a slow orb right here to get to the enemy team, like right there, but the thing is, you guys want to rush this site, so like there's no point of doing that. You don't want to, like, you know, mess up your teammates. So make sure your teammates got your back. There could be a dude right here, there could be a dude on top heaven, there could be a dude right here, there could be a dude camping right here as well. So what you gotta do for that is basically have your orb around right here. Do that. That way it screws up like mostly this portion of the map. Your teammate could get through and plant the bomb and stuff. Also, this is another cheeky little peek over here. You could put your wall up. If you don't do that, if somehow you get in this position, you could put your wall up right over here, just like this, and then get this peak right here, like that peak. You could get on top of this, just get people off guard. You could get on top of this as well, but this peak is pretty OP. For Sage, I don't recommend fighting for mid. I don't know, it's just like the abilities don't add up for mid. What you can do is, like, as soon as the round starts, you can come here and then like quickly orb that place right there, or even just orb that place right there for that side. I don't know, you could do whatever. You could block off a portion just like that, but like, I don't know, like, I don't like mid for Sage. I just don't know what to do. The only thing I usually do is just orb that place or this place right here. Also, I don't recommend going from mid to B, because it's just like there's this portion right here where you gotta go under and then over, and someone could be camping this part right here, and I'm not used to the zip lines yet, so like I don't recommend going from mid to B. But going from mid to A is way easier. You could slow orb this part. You could even put a wall up. Pay attention to your corners, and then ultimately just get the plant. If you're rushing B long with Sage, it's really nice. What you can do is like ultimately just quickly throw your orb just like that, get people off guard, let them back up if they're in the corners. You could let your teammates like flash it or like throw whatever, like there's smoke bombs and stuff in here. You could like get Omen to like put like an orb over here, and then what you can do is place your wall just like this. You could ask a teammate to go in front of you, but ultimately get on top of that. That way you could have this whole place like divided. Well, I didn't do a good job, but you could basically have this whole place cut off from balcony. And then since you're on top, you could get them off guard. You could get someone right here, get someone right here. Again, be wary of the top positions right here. And then your team could ultimately just rush in, plant the bomb in this corner. If you're planting the bomb, be careful, because this thing is wall bangable. So if there's someone here, you could immediately die just like this. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys do want more like tutorials, I know this tutorial is kind of all over the place, but if you guys do want more tutorials on like the agents and stuff, please put it in the description below. I'll be more than glad to do them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, all that other stuff that YouTubers say. I've been grinding this game a lot, and I do want to put more content out. So if you guys are interested in more tutorials, and if you have any questions, just ask me, and I'll be down in the comments and helping you guys out. And yeah, it's been Trims, and I'm out. Peace.